Greetings, you guys. Greetings. Okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna pull or just everything's just gonna come out as is because I already understand what the message is, to an extent. This song keeps coming to me, so you guys know God speaks to me in multiple ways, and one of them is definitely music. And Yolanda Adams, I Open Up My Heart, keeps coming to me. So some of you guys may be feeling as though you're seeking guidance and wisdom. I know the feeling where it's like you're seeking some type of guidance, you're seeking wisdom, you're trying to figure out which way to go, just your direction. And it feels as though God, your angels, your spiritual team is like, where are you? It's like you feel like God is absent at the moment. You just kind of feel like you're not getting the answers you seek, no matter how much you're asking, how much you're praying, how much you're seeking a sign, how much you're asking, reveal it to me in this way, that way, and it just feels like it's not coming. So it's almost like, okay, is God hearing me? Is divine? Is my spiritual team? Are they not hearing me? So that song came to me because it's like the perfect feeling or example of the feeling, or just like, where am I at? So it's like, yeah. One of the moments that, like, where most of the breakthroughs come is when you are in that moment of like where you're really tired, or you're close to giving up, or you're questioning whether or not you should just let go of certain things. You're starting to kind of lose faith a little bit. That, and not saying that you should push yourself to that point, but sometimes, when you're naturally at that state, that is where the breakthrough comes. So yeah, that song keeps coming to me, and it's funny because yesterday, one of my people, she sent me a video. I think it was a reading. Yeah, it was a reading, and the girl, it was a Instagram reel, and the reader, she had that song playing in the back, and I was like, I'll be doggone, come on now. So it just keeps coming to me. So I'm gonna pull from this Angel Tarot deck. I can't remember the name of it. I'll post the cards because it's like a blackout right now. So let's see. One thing about this is that when I think about certain stories in the Bible, Esther being one of the stories where it was like they didn't mention God, and certain stories in the book of the Bible or whatever, and even though the God was not mentioned in the Bible, the workings behind the scene of God's just the movement of God, and the pushing and the encouragement of God in those stories, specifically Esther, where God was not mentioned. She went through all of these trials and tribulations, but her purpose and her calling, her destiny, all of what happened to her, the circumstances which led up to that, which helped the fate and the destiny of her people as well, and her stepping out in her divine courage and faith, and fasting and praying. We don't hear a mention of God in that story, but again, the movings and the workings of God, it's in the background. It's very subtle. It may not be where we can see it or where we can sense it, but it's a working within us. So God is never absent because God is working within us, within self. Okay. Let's see. Justice. The Chariot. You have Justice and the Chariot. There's a lot of angelic in there, and again, it's like background energy. Six of Pentacles. Someone is sitting here feeling locked out from a promise or blessing, something you've been working very hard for, but Spirit is hiding you. Your angels, you have angels that are kind of hiding something that you're working on. You may feel like, okay, something you're not getting, it's like some type of financial rut that you're in, but it's because either, I'm getting two different messages. It could be something with a living situation for some of you. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles could be something with a living situation, financial situation. Someone of the past, someone may have left you in a predicament. Someone that you loved or cared about may have left you out in the cold, kind of left you in this predicament of not having enough money. So let's say you're your spouse or something left you with not much money, or just not spousal support or child support. For some of you, you lost a job, someone that you worked very hard for, a company that you put your heart and sweat, blood, sweat, and tears into, kind of laid you off and left you without not much, didn't give you what you were worth. For some of you guys, you've been working diligently on something, a project or something business wise, and you feel like it has not panned out, that you're not receiving the rewards, or you're not getting, maybe you opened up a store or something, whether it's a physical actual store or an online store, where you feel like it's not doing successful in its sales or something. Spirit is saying that there's something that's still being worked on, or you're still being worked on, or you're working on something. You're being worked on, healed, whatever, learning, and or you're still working on something. You're still being pruned. You're still being cultivated, and you're being hidden. Some of this, it doesn't make sense right now. I do feel like there is help on the way. A big help. There's these angels are gigantic. Goodness. This one right here is carrying a cup of peace. There's aid that's coming on the way. This might be too far down the line, but I'm seeing like collectively, if there is a shortage of food to an extent that's like it might become a bit of a crisis in places where it would be unusual for that sort of thing to be. There's an angelic force. It's like an aid that's coming to someone's aid. But I'm seeing that the divine is bringing about a cup of healing, cup of love and blessing to restore something here when it comes to finances. For some of you, a collective, a community of people will be affected by this. It's some type of financial payout or gain that's coming collectively. I'm getting the King of Cups is here. Someone is unreachable. It's like God is going to touch, or working through this angel is going to touch this king's heart. So it could be someone that's in a place of authority that is very cold-hearted, is not open to divine things. Maybe someone that's very cold emotionally, maybe a bit like a tyrant, just someone that doesn't really care for the people. God is going to touch this person's heart to bring about some type of blessing or miracle to the people collectively. And for some of you, this is a situation for you where something's going to work out and benefit you. It's going to help you. This financial abundance is going to be placed in the right hands, and they're going to touch this king where others, like this king or this person of a high authority. I just heard Chrissy or Corpus Christi, Texas. I don't know. But this person, whoever this king is, they are not easy to Reyes. It's a Spanish, like a Spanish or Mexican last name, Reyes. Whoever this person is, they're not easy to penetrate or get to. Cabello. It's like a lot of Spanish words. I'm seeing them in the cards, but something with those keywords stood out to me. It's going to touch or reach this person that is very heartless, or comes across as heartless, does not care about the people. It can be some type of governor or mayor or something, or just a person that is in charge of some type of funding for families or something like that. You might benefit from some of these things. The Star card, God is going to pour out so many blessings upon the earth. And this looks like the story of the book of Noah. This angel is pouring water, and there's animals here on land, but I feel like this is purifying and cleansing the land. So there's a purification that's happening, divine miracles and blessings being restored. You have a choice which mindset you're going to waver in, which mindset you're going to give way to. you know, where your energy is being placed at this time. Because some of you guys are being tormented right now. You're not at rest. You don't have peace. Yeah. Don't have peace. So you guys are worried about something, and this Four Pentacles, it has an angel on one side and a devil on the other, and this guy is holding on to a pentacle. So something about making the right choices or decisions. So you guys want to make sure that you are investing in the right things, that is coming from the matters of the heart, because you are being blessed. What you do with this blessing is up to you, and I feel like you have to choose wisely. Some of you guys, it's like investing in just anything. It doesn't have to be financial investments, but where you place your time and your energy, you may be kind of wavering back and forth on that. You're not sure. Yeah. I'm hearing that line from that song, I Open in My Heart. The Nine of Swords is right before the Four Pentacles. It's like, she's like, what? But yeah, it's like you, whatever this is, you want to make sure that you're making the right decision when it comes to this. Whatever this is that's being given and blessed to you, it's justice. It's justice for you. You're going to get the victory in something. This guy, he kind of looks like a young king in this card. Your spirit wants to ensure that your heart is right, because spirit doesn't want to bless you with something and you're going to be very unruly or very hard in heart or prideful in spirit, to where you forget where you came from, or you forget your humble beginnings. You forget where you came from, your testimony, your suffering. Spirit doesn't want you to forget. But I'm getting like the King David in this justice card. King David vibes from this. A young king, but had a heart for God. Was a man after God's heart, they say. Very, very, very man of faith. And went through a lot of trials and tribulations. And his position did not come immediately. You know, his appointed time to be a king, or his anointing as a king, it came later in his story. But nonetheless, he was king. So, king, queen, whatever, wherever you want to place yourself. This is your reading, you guys. Much love as always. Be blessed. Peace.